Hello, Rosarito Beach. It's Kanoa and Gloria here. Good morning, Gloria.
Good morning, Kanoa.
These are some unusual times we're having right now.
Right.
So we're actually going to be putting this out through Rosarito Living this morning, and we wanted to put this out for our community. So this is basically going to be talking to the people in our community here in Rosarito. Right. We want to kind of support what everyone else is doing, and so there's a lot of different people that are putting out information right now, and we want to make sure we help support the community and get that out too.
Yes, we want to make sure that everyone in the community knows about these topics.
Yeah, so we're going to probably be putting out a lot of videos this week, giving our best information of what we got at the moment, and today is March 23rd. 2020, and once again we're going to do our best to give the community the information as we get it, and that way we can all be sharing the same information and hopefully getting it from the right sources.
Right.
Okay, so first I wanted to say, before we actually get started going through all the information, I want to say my heart goes out to anybody right now that is either is being affected by this, or their family is being affected by this, and obviously the virus. Information is coming in daily on how serious it is. It really hasn't hit Mexico that hard yet, and so there are places around the world that are being affected really bad by this, in Italy, obviously,
yes.
And there's other places that are happening. It just hasn't happened in Mexico yet, but we are starting to see some cases come in Mexico, so we don't want to just sugarcoat it and say, hey, everything's great. It's not here, because there are cases popping up in Mexico right now. So we want people to be cautious. We want to not be naive, but to take it seriously.
And to be responsible.
And to be responsible,
right?
But we also want to say people, that we don't want people living in fear. And so I also know that I'm getting a lot of calls from family members that are really scared. And there probably are certain people out there that need to be a lot more cautious than others. And one of the things that is that touches my heart, I guess, a lot, is a lot of our clients are probably in the higher risk demographic. So a lot of the people that we've been very close with over the last 10 or 15 years since we've been here are probably going to have to take special attention to this. And that's why it's really important that if you can be cautious, make sure you are being cautious and doing everything you can to limit your exposure to the virus. And if you are going to get exposed, that you're keeping yourself in the best health as possible. Okay, so the other one thing I want to say is my heart goes out to the small businesses here in Rosarito. We know that we've been through a lot here, that we've gone through a lot of different problems, all the way back from the recession to the swine flu and to the fires, and all the different things that have happened. So, the small business owners here, I really want to say that my heart goes out to all of you that are just hanging in there, because we know how hard you've worked and how much you put into the community, and you help to make Rosarito really what it is. And so my best wishes to all of you out there just to say, hang on. And we've gotten through stuff like this before, and we're going to get through this. So, we'll do it together.
Let's help local businesses if we can. If we need to go out for something, let's support local businesses here.
Yeah, and so there is a list of restaurants that actually have either delivery service or takeout. Right. And we're going to have my editing guy, he's going to be actually scrolling those names down of the restaurants that are open. And so we want to say, help support those businesses. If you are going to be at home and want to have a nice meal, make sure to call one of these local businesses and either pick up the takeout or have them deliver to your area. And
let's be considerate. We try to choose or select one of the restaurants that are close to your community or neighborhood. Do not, if you are in one of the extreme of the city, do not pick a restaurant
that's on the other side
of the city.
And keep the traffic down. One of the things that I saw this morning, which I thought was really interesting, Gloria, maybe we can talk a little bit about this right now too.
Yes.
It's Helping Hands of Rosarito Task Force.
Yes, actually this is a group of healthy, low-risk volunteers that are running errands to the people of some urgent errands that you need to your house. If you cannot get that advantage of going out to buy something, there's a number that we're going to put here on the video. You can call them. There's a phone number or a private message on Facebook, and you can contact them to get some crucial items to your house.
So, which is really cool. So these are low-risk people helping out the high-risk people.
Right.
So that's a real good thing. I hadn't seen that, but this morning we'll be actually promoting that more for those of you that are at high risk and don't want to go out and for whatever reasons are staying home and self-quarantine or staying away from social situations and don't want to go do stuff. I think this hopefully will be a good solution for you to get urgent items that you might need at your house.
Right, and this one of the proofs that together we can make this really easy.
We can get through this together.
Yes.
Yeah, as a community. The one thing that I think that's on most people's minds, especially our clients, the English-speaking clients, is the border crossings right now. And I know that is one of the hot topics from our clients that are going, what's happening at the border crossing? Now, I just had flown back from Cancun, and when I was in Cancun at the airports, they flashed up in the airports that the flights were either going to be canceled or delayed, or it was going to be hard for people to get back into the U.S. And so what I'm assuming is that they're not going to be flying from these airports into the U.S. So they're going to be canceling a lot of flights into the U.S. But people that are crossing the border here from Rosarito and Tijuana, I think that as long as you're either a U.S. citizen or have a green card in residency, they have not, I haven't seen any problems with people crossing, either going out or coming back in. And
Right.
that's from everybody that we've talked to right now. But they are saying limit your crossing to essential border crossing only. But a lot of our clients that live in Rosarito have to cross for medication, have to cross for medical treatments, for different reasons that are just not for shopping and tourism. And so for those people, we're seeing that they're not being stopped or even slowed down at the border right now.
Right, they're still open to that, so to those factors.
Yeah, so I don't think that you need to be as concerned with if you live down here or if you're coming down here to help either a family member
Right.
or a friend to be able to cross back and forth without an issue at the moment, by car or by pedestrian. I do believe the airplanes or the flights that will be flying in are going to be from maybe like Cancun or Puerto Vallarta or there's other places are probably going to get harder if you do have people in those areas to be able to get those flights back to the U.S.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. There is an app that's a border crossing app, and we really like those guys over there. They actually have cameras at the border. So if you get that app, it's online at I think Google Play Store or Apple. You can get that app and you can actually see what the border looks like and see the crossing. And it was really interesting because I was looking at it on Friday and the border was packed. It was completely packed. It was like
Yes.
nothing happened. Saturday was a different story though. I was seeing it, but there was still cars crossing. So going back and forth, you could still see on the cameras the cars going back and forth. And we'll put a link to that app. So in case you want to get that app, it's really inexpensive and it's a great app. So take advantage of that. Okay, what else should we be telling? Safety measures, definitely.
Yes, some safety measures that you all heard, and that is not bad to hear the safety measures again, like social distancing. If you have to go out for something, just for fun or because you're bored in your house, just stay in your house. Let's avoid crowd places with so we do not spread this.
Even if you're social distancing, I noticed like the beaches, there's a lot of beaches. There's not a lot of people on the beaches right now. So if you're at home, you can be at home, you know, reading your books, watching, you know, Netflix or doing whatever. But then if you really need to get out, there's some beaches here that are just completely empty. And it's just really beautiful just to go spend some time on the beach. And, you know, for a lot of our clients that are maybe our surfers or really like to get out in the water and stuff like that, I'm not a medical expert, but I don't think the virus probably does too well in the salt water. So you could probably get out there and get on your surfboard or your...
They haven't said anything about that.
They haven't said nothing about that. Your paddleboard and probably still get out there and have some fun and social distance and, you know, and still be able to get outside and not just be in the house all day.
Right. And if you're going to stay in the house with your family, with your kids, with your husband, you can, start some games, board games.
What games are you playing?
Well, the thing is that my family doesn't like too much to play those games.
No. They're drinking games, huh?
With my friends, yes. Actually, I love doing puzzles.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
1,000 pieces puzzles.
Right. Yeah, we played poker the other night. I think it was Friday night, and we were all at the far distance of the table, and we had a fun game of poker, and we ordered pizzas, and it was fun. But for the most part, you know, they're advising to limit, you know, to groups of I think 10 or more.
10 or more, yes.
right now you'll see some of the businesses, and I'm going to have actually Dr. Manuel come in this week, and he's going to talk to us about some of the safety measures that he's being told from the city right now of what to do. And as I think the virus starts getting more and more cases here, we're going to have to take more extreme measures.
Right, and also I went to El Florido yesterday, and at the door they're putting hand sanitizer once you go in and once you go out.
Yeah.
So
take advantage of this. We're in a technology age right now, so if you don't have to have in-person meetings, use your phone. There's amazing apps that Messenger. You can actually have face-to-face conferences on Messenger, on FaceTime. I think Google has apps. I mean, they all have apps where you can actually meet and talk to people, and you don't actually have to come in contact with a lot of people. So our suggestion here is just limit, especially if you're a high-risk individual, limit your exposure being out in public, limit your exposure with other individuals, and just do your best. My feeling is, and just as an opinion from a person that just sits there and is geeking out on the news and stuff like that, we definitely have got another 30 to 60 days of really getting our minds around how dangerous this virus is. I know right now in Germany there's some testing coming out, and I think they're doing some of the best testing right now, and hopefully the news is getting better and not worse. And that's what it feels like as there's more and more testing that's being done. It's coming out that this is a bad deal, but hopefully it's not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. And I got my fingers crossed that that's true. Anything else that we would like to say?
Washing your hands with minimum 20 seconds. Cover your hands with the soap and wash them correctly. Cover your mouth when you're sneezing or coughing with your elbow. Do not touch your face, eyes, or ears, or mouth. Or do not touch your face.
That's almost impossible. I mean, I was sitting there trying to go, how do I not touch my face? I was going my eye itches. It just doesn't seem like, some of these things are just ridiculous. Some of the guys
outside, they were reading an article that at least you touch your face 500 times.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there as I'm listening to news, and they're going, don't touch your face, and my hand is holding my face. I'm just going, I just don't know how realistic some of these things are. So, unless you're gonna put yourself in a hazmat suit, I think, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The other thing I think is super important is get enough sleep. I think, turn off the news. I think we hear that a lot right now. The news, the more I watch the news, the more my anxiety, it's up. So, I think maybe limit the news watching to a certain 15 or an hour a day at the most, half hour, just to gather that news and then just, and let it go. Because I could just feel the de-stressing from when the news turns off, and then the anxiety builds up once you turn that news back on. And I think that's built by design to do that. So get away from that, get out, get away from the news, get a lot of rest. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. We're in a great city right now. Rosarito's amazing. We got some amazing papayas, and I think the mangoes might be in season right now. I don't know why, but the mangoes are delicious right now, and so those kind of things help your vitamin C, and I think they absolutely taste good. The stores here don't seem to be there's some things that are out of stock, but for the most part, there isn't a frenzy on it doesn't feel like, and there's still, at least in the local markets here, there's still food on the shelves and everything like that. So,
and they're limiting the amount of things you can carry, so they don't start this panic shopping around. They're limited to 4 things per person. Yeah.
So once again, we'll be coming out with more videos this week, and we'll be sharing more information as we get it. Other than that, everybody will get through this, and we hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you guys very much from Baja 123 and Rosarito Living.
Wait, I have a question for you.
She said wait.
Yes, I said wait.
Okay.
Do you know who's the world champ of social distancing?
I'm glad. Who's the world champ with social distancing?
Bigfoot.
Okay, wait.
Oh, he said wait.
Wait, do you know this virus isn't going to last that long?
Why?
Because it was made in China? Okay, that's it. That's our jokes. We'll see you guys, everybody. Bye.
See you. Have a great day.